Hey everyone, welcome back to 95 Linux, where we dive into all things tech to help you make smarter choices for your setup. Today, we're talking about switching to Linux on your laptop. If you are fed up with constant Windows updates, slowing down your machine, or you are just curious about open source alternatives, Linux could be a game changer. But with so many distributions or distros out there, where do you start? After testing dozens myself and digging into the latest recommendations from experts and communities, I've narrowed it down to three standout options that excel in hardware compatibility, ease of use, and overall performance on laptops. These are Ubuntu, Fedora, and Linux Mint, which are reliable picks that balance beginner friendliness with solid features. Before we jump in, let's quickly cover what makes a Linux distro ideal for laptops. Unlike desktops, laptops come as all in one packages. So things like Wi Fi, Bluetooth, touchpads, and touchscreens need to work seamlessly without extra tinkering. Battery life is crucial too. Linux generally saves power better than Windows, but some distros are more efficient. Then there is suspend or resume when you close the lid, screen optimization for smaller displays, and overall resource usage to avoid draining your hardware. Based on recent reviews and user feedback, these factors separate the best from the rest. First up, Ubuntu. This is often called the gateway to Linux, and for a good reason. It's backed by a canonical and has a massive community support, making it one of the most popular distros worldwide. Ubuntu uses the GNOME desktop environment by default, which shines on laptop with smooth gesture support for touchpads and touchscreens, feeling almost like a premium experience. It's got top tier hardware detection, so it runs on nearly any laptop without headaches, which is great if you're dealing with newer or quirky components. The virtual workspace system is optimized for smaller screens, helping you multitask efficiently without feeling cramped. On the pro side, excellent stability, a huge software library through its repositories, and regular updates that keep things secure. It's versatile for everything from web browsing to coding or content creation. About the cons, GNOME's interface might feel unfamiliar if you are coming from Windows. It has a learning curve with its unique workflow. Plus, it's a bit heavier on resources, so it might not be the best for super old laptops with limited RAM. Ubuntu is best for newcomers who want a hassle free, all purpose system. Minimum requirements are 2 GHz dual core processor, 4 GB RAM, and 256 GB storage. You can download it from the official Ubuntu website. Next, let's talk about Fedora, sponsored by Red Hat. Fedora is all about cutting edge features while staying free and open source focused. It also ships within GNOME, so you get the same great touchpad and touchscreen handling as Ubuntu. What sets it apart is its 6 months release cycle, which means you get the latest Linux kernel for better support on brand new hardware, like the freshest laptop hitting the market. You can swap desktop environments easily if GNOME isn't your vibe, and it's packed with tools for developers. Let's talk about the pros. Fresh software updates, strong emphasis on open source purity, and it's lightweight by default, making it snappy on most laptops. It's also a favorite for coding and learning Linux deeper. Now, let's talk about the cons. No proprietary drivers out of the box, so you might need to install them manually for things like Wi Fi or Bluetooth. Though it's straightforward, it's geared more towards tech savvy users, so absolute beginners might find it a tad intimidating. Fedora is ideal for open source enthusiasts, minimalists, and developers. About the system requirements, similar to Ubuntu, 2 GHz dual core, 4 GB RAM, and 20 GB storage. Grab it from the Fedora Workstation download page. Now, finally, Linux Mint. This one's built on Ubuntu's stable foundation, but tweaks it for even better usability, especially for Windows switchers. It uses the Cinnamon desktop by default, which mimics a classic Windows layout with a start menu, taskbar, and familiar shortcuts, making the transition super smooth. Linux Mint is lighter on resources than GNOME based distros, so it's fantastic for reviving older laptops for extended battery life. You can do most things without touching the terminal, but it still offers power features for advanced users. Let's talk about the pros. It's resource efficient, beginner friendly with minimal setup, and excellent stability from its Ubuntu base. It includes lighter editions like XFC or MAT for even older hardware. Now let's talk about the cons. Gesture support on touchpads isn't as polished as GNOME, and the interface might feel a bit dated compared to more modern distros. It's not as optimized for tiny screens or cutting edge workflows. Mint is perfect for Windows users wanting familiarity, stability, and a way to breathe new life into aging machines. About the minimum requirements: 2 GB RAM and 20 GB storage. You can download from the Linux Mint site. So, which one should you pick? It depends on your needs. If you are brand new to Linux and want to keep things familiar, go with Linux Mint. It's stable and won't overwhelm you. For a fresh, innovative setup that's great for smaller screens and everyday tasks, Ubuntu is hard to beat. And if you're into development or want the latest tech with an open source twist, Fedora's your go-to. All three handle basic computing brilliantly and often outperform Windows on battery and speed. Remember, you can test any of these live from a USB drive without installing, which is perfect for dipping your toes in. If you are making the switch, drop a comment below. Which distro are you eyeing and why? Hit that like button if this helped. Subscribe for more tech guides. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.